Right, Paul.
How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Glasgow. This means a lot to you, I'm sure. Can you just explain the process you went through to get this fight when it was first announced, and what it meant to you to be able to know that you're going to fight in Glasgow?
You know, there was always rumours of Glasgow coming back, and there was always rumours between like the fighters. This is the dates it's going to be. It was maybe at the start of the year. We changed it and moved it to middle of the summer, which is perfect because I'm off, my family's off. You know, it's a weird situation because I'm chilling with my family on fight week, which is very, very uncommon for us to do. So that whole thing's amazing. You know, last night I was sitting in the house watching TV myself. That's perfect, rather than sitting in a hotel room with my coach and it starts to stink a bit. But no, the fight, it's been a long journey because I've known it's going to happen for a while. I was on holiday when I first got word that I was going to fight Khalil, and as soon as that happened, holiday sort of was put on the back burner, and everything I was doing was sunbathing. Nah, I'm just going to go and lift some weights. So it was lifting weights, going morning runs, and just I had this focus, I had this burn inside me that I had to erect to my last loss. So it was a great opportunity for me.
What were you doing the last time the UFC came to Glasgow? Because that was the first event here. It was a passionate crowd, a lot of amazing moments that night. Were you in attendance? Were you watching? And can you describe?
I was actually. I get tickets originally, and what had happened was one of my friends couldn't go, and he's like, "Listen, I've got 2 tickets. Do you and Brian want to go?" My coach. So me and Brian, we got the tickets. We're in this nice wee fancy box, watching it, and it was. I couldn't. I'd been to MMA shows before, local MMA shows. I'd never been to a UFC, so I popped my UFC cherry, and the crowd were amazing. I was getting goosebumps watching guys like Stevie Ray, girls like Joanne Calderwood coming out there and fighting. It was amazing, and it was great to see Scotland getting behind MMA in that sort of number.
Have you visualised what it's going to feel like walking out to that arena?
I think it's the same as every single fight you walk out. There's a bit of pressure, but as long as you're able to control it, then there's nothing to worry about.
You've gone all in on MMA, right?
Yep.
You've given up the regular day job that you had before as a teacher. What's that experience been like for you? How have you been able to financially, handle all the responsibilities? And do you think this is going to be able to be something that you can kind of, make into a full-time career moving forward now?
Yep, this is my full-time career. I can always go back to teaching. I can always go back to dealing with young adults. You know, I love my job and I do miss it. I miss the routine of getting up on Monday morning and this is what you do, and you don't finish work until this time. In between that can vary from like different situation kids have got you, but I miss it. I miss the structure of it, but I needed to do it. I couldn't go on the way I was going on. You know, I was getting up at 6 and I was running and I was lifting weights, and then I was going straight to work, and then after work I was then going back into the gym. It was a horrible lifestyle I had leading up to that point, and I'm just glad that I took a step back for that, give my family more time. And then after my fight and for 209, after it I was sitting there, I was like, I've got nothing to do. So I went and got a dog. So I've got a dog to keep me companion now. Go walks with him every day, just unconditional love for this guy.
Khalil Roundtree, what does it bring to the table, or what are you going to have to do to make sure you win on Sunday night?
Everybody knows what Khalil's bringing to the table. You know, he's a big, powerful, explosive fighter. Loads of knockout power. That's what I'm expecting. He said in an interview, "You don't know how to beat me." Well, I honestly know how to beat this guy. This guy says he's going to knock me out. I can't see that happening. I've never been knocked out. I've been knocked down. It was my own mistake, but I've never been knocked out. So he's not going to knock me out. Sparred with pro boxers, sparred with top MMA guys who hit like a train. They can't do it. He's not going to do it. And then as soon as he gets into my world, I'm just going to pick him apart, drag him to the mat, and choke him in.
Well, what have you learned from your last fight? The things didn't go well for you?
Yep, last fight certainly didn't go well. You know, as I said, I got that knockdown. It was a horrible night. I remember it. I've not watched the fight, but going back, I can visualise every knock, every hit, every knee, every punch I missed, every time I should have moved this way. It took a long time to get over that, but what I learned from it was I wasn't unbeatable. That's what I learned from it. You know, I had a few flaws in my game. We had a few flaws in leading up to that fight with regards to weight cut and all this kind of stuff. But I've erected it, and I've never felt so relaxed in this game. You know, travelling halfway around the world to get a fight, 2 weeks away from your family, it's a horrible, horrible experience. And this one just feels like this massive weight just lifted off my shoulder. So that's what I learned.
Was it a loss in some ways that you perhaps needed to put you back in the right course?
No, it was a win. It was a win no matter what. Yeah, it's a loss on my record, but it's a win. A winning experience.
Paul, you've said earlier this week it's this sort of warrior stock in you, the fans obviously got this. Just what can Khalil expect to face, when he comes and faces you in front of all the Scottish fans on Sunday?
Khalil has come to face me one-on-one. He's got a nation, he's got this nation, he's going to hear this wall of Scottish fans going after him that. You know, and not very many people get an easy ride when they come to Scotland to fight Scottish guys, so I don't expect him to deal well with the pressure of me and all the Scottish fans.
Obviously you've been at training in Sweden as well before this, just for the purpose of this, how ready are you for this on Sunday?
This is the best I've ever been. You know, everybody always says that it's the best I've been, the best fight camp I've been in. You know, my runnings are top notch, my cardio's amazing. This is the best fight camp. You know, when you're mixing with guys, top 5 in my division, you know, 3 of the best fighters in my division, and you're mixing with them, and it's not just this one-sided day, you're getting used as a body to get beat up. That wasn't happening. So I'm ready. Like, I don't know who Khalil's been training with. I don't care who he's been training with, but he's not been training the way I've been training.
This is our first opportunity to speak to UFC fighters since this Mayweather-McGregor world press tour has been going on. Have you watched any of it? You have? What's your thoughts and opinions on everything?
You know, inside in my head it's saying, Paul, he can't win. He can't win. But then you see him and you see the passion and you see his belief. His belief tells me that he can win, and you can do anything in this sport. And I love the line where he said, like, you've not had a fight. And he's saying about how he fights. You box, I fight. So I like that line. But I think McGregor's making me believe. I got asked this question maybe about before the fight was announced, and I said, oh, Floyd Mayweather will destroy him. He's not the best boxer in the world for any reason. And Conor McGregor's got his people bringing him in. That's amazing to see.